welcome to another tutorial. I'm Virkayu, and this is a slightly shorter but important video on mid-late game swing plays. By this I mean, a mistake is made or an opportunity taken by you or the enemy team to break open the game. A play that can define the game as the point where the victor made the crucial play. This might be a throw, it might be a game changer, but the crucial thing to take away from all these examples is that you should pay heavy attention to them during your games and communicate this to your team. Let's start with late game team errors. The first example is a 38-minute long game where I am Sejuani jungle. Everyone on my team, including me, has made mistakes, but through some great team fighting we managed to secure objectives, Baron and the Elder Drake. The gold level is equal and 3 of their team are dead. Literally nothing else matters before this. None of the mistakes we made before will be the reason we lost, only the upcoming one. The goal is to push for an inhib. I'm tanking the tower while we wait for the minion wave, but Darius goes a little too aggressive. I feel I should follow, but our pick is wasted because it's Lee Sin and he gets out of the CC chain, because Lee Sin. And now we're stuck in their base with no wave. A crucial greed play we shouldn't have made. However, this isn't the end of the game because we still have Baron, Elder, and the minion wave is coming, but we need to heal up and reset. Instead, we get caught up by the enemy team respawning. Pay attention to those timers, it's on your screen for a reason. Here's the thing that you need to pay attention to. Know when to back out. Cut your losses. Leave. Had we just left and walked straight back to our base, we probably all would have gotten out, maybe except Thresh. And we could have moved to the side when Jhin started ulting, but because we turned back a few times, now we're caught in his range. Gnar makes a good flash play, and now we're probably going to lose our second member. Even so, we still have 3 people up and we can simply walk out. But both Ashe and LB keep turning back and trying to do something. I'm pinging to leave. I want to go back. I want them to retreat with me. Maybe we'll lose an inhib, but we won't lose the game because we have 3 people up with Baron and Elder Dragon. Don't turn into losing fights trying to pull off the low probability play. Take the safer route late game and be smart. Don't foolishly tower dive when you don't have to like we did. Ashe tries to turn back many times. She keeps trying to 2 damage. Multiple times she could have just kept walking with me and the LB and we would have gotten out. But every little turn, every time you try right click and try to do damage, you're losing time and letting them catch up. They're faster than us. Just simply run in a straight line and get back to base. Don't do a lazy back, don't keep trying to turn into the losing fight. It's best to lose one teammate you ditched than get aced and lose the game. Okay, let's jump to a second example. It's a little bit similar, but it's more about when you're picked. I'm on jungle, I know, it works, but I've had some terrible luck. I might make a guide if I can get it to, work consistently. Anyway, I've helped get my Xayah really fed, but they have a twitch, and after some crucially bad face checks, they've come back into the game. In any case, we can still win, but we're versus a twitch. We're spam pinging the Xayah to go back because she's pushing mid lane greeting for CS, and it really isn't worth the risk of Twitch camoing and killing her. I'm already making my way over just in case, but it's too late, she gets caught. I managed to force the Twitch to flash out because my E would have meant he 100% dies being knocked up against the wall. However, the enemy GP throws out that powerful ult to zone her back and all hell breaks loose. J4 flashes in, he kills Xayah, and we have a huge tank up sitting in a choke point versus a GP and Twitch, and our main damage source, almost our only damage source, is gone. It's a worst possible situation. They push, and we lose. All because someone greeted for CS in the open while the rest of our team was warding and getting ready to defend our base. Don't do that. If you're versus Twitch, Eve, Rengar, Kha'Zix, anything that can go camera and really kill you pretty quickly, and you're the AD carry, don't push beyond vision point. Stay with your team, stay within vision range, and don't greed. These are 2 examples of very obvious swing moments in the game. You're right at the end game, team's winning and losing, someone overcommits or makes a mistake, and boom, the enemy can end. But what is a swing moment if you have a 5k gold lead at 18 minutes? Well, if the enemy is a hard scaling comp with a GP, Vayne, Yasuo, Lulu, you need to keep that lead growing. You can't be complacent. And we overstay on a tower push and our top laner mid laner decide to go mid and bot lane when we just needed to focus on the top tower. The enemy sees this, immediately engages and destroys us. J4 has a late TP, TF has a late ult, they both should have cancelled and left. They're better off just pushing mid and bot and pressuring those towers, at the very least we might get at one. Now, we've fed the Vayne, we've given them shutdown kills, we've lost the Rift Herald, that gold lead, that's now 1k. They win one more team fight after this and the snowball is on. It ends up being an 8k gold lead later in the game and we lose. This is an example of how simply splitting up, overstaying, and not paying attention to pressure on the map can be the catalyst into you losing the game from an unexpected swing play. And this happens and we slowly lose. Sometimes all the enemy needs is that one play to gain confidence, map control, and enough gold experience, which makes it hard to come back if they play it well, especially as a Vayne Lulu GP comp. They simply destroyed us. 2 more fights, got Baron, and stole towers easily because we were always split up and easily got destroyed under towers and in team fights. If your champ has a powerful mid-game spike like Olaf, you can break over the game and give your team the tools to win. I'll be talking about this game in another video, but a few teasers are shown here. At this point in the game, it's dead neutral, almost equal gold, but we're down in kills. This means the enemy will get overconfident. Guess what? They do. The enemy is overcommitted between towers and I make sure to axe a Rengar so he doesn't get executed. I know Victor was last bot lane and I have my ult finally. I see him come past my red and I hard engage. He can't CC me because I'm Olaf and I'm running my ult. Syndra comes along to help clean up the kill. Fortunately, if she hadn't noticed, I probably would have died, but I did ping it and she rotates nicely. This is a good little turn of events. If anything, it got me some much needed gold and allowed me to make one more play mid lane that really seals up the mid game for us, and we can use that to snowball to the end of the game. The next time I see Victor, I do the same thing, but solo. I storm his face and let him feel the smoothness of my giant SKT red beard. From this, my bot lane rotates up, we grab a tower, and I steal Rengar's blue. We snatch a dragon, and now we have a couple thousand gold in the lead, and most importantly, we have map pressure and vision control. We continuously focus objectives, and I really snowball myself by getting into the face of the enemy because I know I can, and I know they cannot deal with me at this point. My team follows me around well, and we keep taking towers, only growing that gold lead. All of this was possible because I was able to get Syndra a catch-up kill, and then solo Victor by myself. They had no defense of the mid lane, and I also counter-jungled. If we're looking at this game, that's what I'd classify as a swing play. Nothing too flashy, but the events that let us take hold of the game. Overconfidence by the enemy was their downfall, and is in most cases actually, unless it's, ignorance of vision. Let's end this video with two examples of the most common throw mistakes. You've had this happen in your game, you've been the one to commit this mistake, I know I have. If you're behind, if you're ahead, and if you've come back, it doesn't matter. In this game here, we have come back from far behind, I'm now super fit as Kayn, we've just gotten the Baron, we're getting a dragon, and we're getting ready to take towers hard and fast. However, please don't be that person who greeds for a few CS after such a turn of events. Yasuo clearly just overpushes with zero vision and the enemy team sees we just killed the dragon and so collapses and destroys him. They have Tahm Kench, Kayle, as well as Nocturne. He's not gonna live. Do not, I repeat, do not push beyond your vision line. This means if you can't see an angle where the enemy is coming for you so you can get out, don't go there. Especially on the side of your map while your team is securing objectives elsewhere. You just lose momentum and give the enemy a way out of a bad situation. Now, you might not think this Yasuo death is a big deal in a 20-minute game, but the enemy Riven makes a quality call to just shove mid as 5. We can't push out a bot lane even with Baron because we had 0 towers from that lane. This was the costly mistake by Yasuo instead of going back. It was the ultimate swing play. However, we do make a second mistake, and that is engaging as 4 away from the safety of our tower, or even engaging at all. They have a huge ability to tower dive us at this point with the Kayle ult. It's foolish and we honestly lose for it. In that situation, if you guys find yourself there, simply back up. You have the Baron, let them take the inhibitor and regroup. Yes, we lost a bit of momentum, but we wouldn't have lost the game. And after all that, when the game ends, we have the same amount of gold. So it definitely wasn't over. It was just 2 costly mistakes. One by the Yasuo, where he really shouldn't have been there. He should have just gone back. And us engaging instead of letting them take the inhib. It's okay to lose an inhib, guys. You get super minions coming. It's nice. Then you're gonna go back. You can reward your jungle and regroup. Moving on to the second example of this, except this time, my team is substantially behind in momentum and objectives. The enemy Renekton commits the same error as the Yasuo in the previous example. I collapse on him with my team, and he has 50 seconds to think about his arrogance. Now, my echo goes a little ham on the bot side, but the enemy doesn't respect how strong Twitch is and his camo ability. Engrave gets intoxicated and also has 50 seconds to reconsider his life choices. Morgana is about to kill my Twitch with the enemy, but my team has intelligently all rotated over, including me. My ult is just a bit out of range, but I just wanted to fear her and make sure Twitch lives. That was the main thing, to get in there to protect him. We clean them up and we shove mid. That's a swing play, ladies and gentlemen. We were losing the game, the enemy gets cocky, we punish them hard, and we don't greed for more than we can in that moment. We take the mid tower, and we go back. On my way out, I counter jungle, and I also go back. Don't stay longer than you have to, because if you do, you're going to die, and then they're going to counter push and take an inhib for sure. We played the rest of the game out smartly, with good vision, good team fighting, and that was it. We scaled, and that one mistake by Renekton and Graves let us gain momentum, gold, pressure, and ultimately, the game. So, I hope you learned a few things about silly mistakes that can easily throw a game you've won, or help you get your team back into it by punishing the enemy. Remember, play smart, don't face check, and always focus on objectives. Don't greed for CS, and if you manage to win a team fight, or you manage to get an objective, don't overstay trying to get another one, especially a tower, because you can allow the enemy to have a swing play in the other direction. If you get a swing play, value it, use it, and win the game. And use that swing play to motivate your team also, because usually when this happens, a swing play, it gives your whole team a boost of confidence. Oh wait, we can win the game. And that's what you're looking for. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Close out the game on that like button, comment, share, subscribe for more tutorials, and as always my friends, I will see you all in the next tutorial. Oh, I won't be playing Warwick or Maokai in the next tutorial. How great is that? Yeah, I know, it's pretty crazy, right?